What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to this episode of Chopping It Up with the Woffers. This is episode what
5.
5. I
Yes.
had a little brain fart when I was trying to think of the number a while ago. But I like to welcome y'all. First of all, I'm gonna get it right this time. If you watch this on YouTube, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know we upload videos. We will be uploading videos a lot more. My wife is holding me accountable, so we will be coming to y'all a lot more on YouTube. We're gonna post, short stuff on TikTok and different platforms. Before we go any further, let me introduce y'all for y'all who don't know, been living on the rock for the past so many years, to my beautiful, amazing, lovely wife, Dr. Lashonda Walter.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, baby. I say it like we ain't been together
All day.
all the day long. So this is another taping, y'all. Um, so we've been going through a lot lately, just to be transparent. And as I say, when we do this, it's to serve.
Yeah.
And this day has kind of been heavy. We have a lot going on. We have a lot of people from my hometown that's going through a lot of things. I'm not gonna get into their personal business, but it's a lot of sickness, some death, and people that just ain't doing good. Even some news that I'm getting, like welcoming people in the audience, and they talking about how some people got stuff going on. So I just want to, first of all, that made me heavy. My whole energy is different because when it's people you know, people you care about, people you come up with, even though it may not be you directly, you feel it, and you don't want nobody that you know or care about to be sick. You don't want nobody you know you care about to be going through stuff, be what's the how the old folks say what's the word? When they ailing. What is it?
Ailments.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Ailments. That ain't the word I was thinking about.
I,
That's
I
close
was
enough.
trying to figure out where you was going.
Yeah, because it's probably a old folks term that I ain't saying right. It's an ailment, but that we'll go with ailment for now.
Okay.
But you don't want to have the ailment, and it still affects us all in that situation. So one thing I want to say is, including me, myself, and my wife, who was talking about it, we gotta start taking care of ourselves. You get one body. You get one body on this earth. We have to start taking care of ourselves. We have to start being more knowledgeable about what we put in our bodies and what we do with our bodies. And that's gonna go into our special guest tonight. But while we're doing that, just really try to get be active, get in the gym, do some walking, do something, including myself. Because like with my job, I travel so much, I don't have time always for a home cooked meal. So I just go through the drive through. You know what I'm saying? Or I go to Jersey Mike's and get a sub or something that I really shouldn't be doing instead of trying to get a home cooked meal. Cause I pick my own hotels. So I have kitchens. I just choose not to do that. But that's something that I feel like we need to start holding ourselves accountable. Even though when I came in, I was talking to people and my spirit got heavy. We had to keep pushing. So in moments like this, I really was kind of down, but my wife pulled me to the side and was like, "Baby, you got to refocus. You got to get your mind right. You got to be able, show up and show out, lights, camera, action, and make it happen." And that's the other part of it. We still have to show up. We still have to, stay motivated, stay push through the pain and push through when things going on in our lives, because life is gonna be life and life is gonna happen. It's just really how you carry yourself and how you go about and how you handle it when it happens. Yeah, I think.
I do. I wanted to just say that, a lot of times you see entrepreneurs, and we're talking about being transparent, right? You see entrepreneurs and you see the highs, you see the accolades, you see all the great things, the glitz, the glam, but hardly ever do you see entrepreneurs showing the other side. There is definitely another side. It's not always easy. And as my husband has been explaining, no matter what happens in your personal life as an entrepreneur, you still have to show up. You still have to push through. And I'm going to go a step further and say, even if you're not an entrepreneur, when things happen in life personally to you, you still have to show up. You have to push through. The things that come our way are most of the time they're tests, just to see, where we are, and it helps us on our journey to growth. Tests, that's what they're for. They're for us to not get stuck in it, not wallow in pity, but to just take a moment and say, what is the lesson that I am supposed to be learning right now in this very moment with this situation? And then we adjust, we refocus, and we move forward. In terms of the heaviness that we feel for people that we care about, people that, my husband grew up with, we want to just make sure that we are always mindful and make sure that we continue to check on each other. A lot of times, we get busy with life, our own lives, and we tend to forget to just reach out. It only take a few minutes to just reach out to someone and just check on them. Genuinely say, "How are you doing?" Not call and then say, "I want to check on you, but can you?" That's not genuinely checking on somebody. So that's just what I wanted to say. And also be mindful that seasonal depression is real. That's the actual real thing. So a lot of times around the holidays, some of us we're joyous. We love the holidays, but for other people, they're not joyous due to different events that happened in their life, different traumas. And so we just have to be mindful, not saying put a damper on our own spirits for those of us who do not suffer from seasonal depression, but just be conscious and be compassionate towards the ones that do suffer from seasonal depression.
That's you touched on something that I didn't know you was gonna go. That was real. Well, she's speaking because that was real for me. It was like when my parents passed, the holidays was one of the roughest times. I didn't really want to celebrate. I didn't want to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Not only the holidays, around my birthday was a hard time, around that time because that's when my mom passed right before my birthday. So that was another thing where I was supposed to be happy and joyous, which I ain't saying I won't, but it still was in the back of your mind that my birthday coming up, but my mom's death anniversary is coming up as well. So that definitely is something that you have to be mindful of and something you have to think about, and it's definitely real. Um, when it comes to grief, though, definitely give yourself as much time as you need to grieve. Grief don't have an expiration date. That's one thing I had to learn for myself. Cause some people say, "Oh, it's been this amount of time, you should be over it by now." But it could be 10 years and you still maybe something that triggers you. So I'm not really gonna go too deep on that because y'all ain't finna have me up here crying. That's just not finna happen. But anyway, we was talking about health earlier. I ran into that. So tonight's guest, y'all, is a gentleman who is big on big on health. He is big on make sure we feed ourselves the right things in our body because our body needs the fuel to, be healthy, to move forward and stop some of the ailments and the sicknesses that we have because a lot of that is caused of the food that we put in our body. And he's been doing a phenomenal job, and I've been knowing this man for I don't want to tell my age, but at least 30 years, if not longer than that. I've been knowing him, and he has found his way, and he's definitely been doing his thing in the chef world, and I, I'm just proud of the man that he's become and what he's accomplished and what he's doing in life. And he's gonna come and talk about the journey that he's been going on. So after this break, we're gonna welcome my wife is gonna step off tonight, so it's gonna be me, my 902 road dog. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a candid conversation with me and Chef Tone. We'll be right back. All right, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We had my wife stepped off the stage for a bit. She'll be back to close it out. But I'm about to bring on the stage amazing, amazing young man. He's an entrepreneur. He's a chef. I'm trying to look at it. He's the creator of he's a creator, entrepreneur, storyteller with passion for food, community, building brands from the ground up, from launch creative cooking and content to developing business plans for creating food service ventures. Chef's Home brings hands-on approach to every project he touches. His journey blends hustle, creativity, real world experience, making him a voice that resonates with inspiring entrepreneurs and everyday people with goals. So this young man right here, like I said, I've known him for years, and that was just his bio, just so I want to be politically correct. But knowing him and knowing where he's came from, and he can come up here and tell a story, and hopefully it'll be an inspiration to other people that want to be like him. So Chef Tom, come on up.
Problem. Problem up.
Going on. Good to see you. Looking good, looking good. Good,
How you
looking
doing,
good. I'm
fam?
doing good, man. I'm doing good. How about you?
Good, my brother. Thank you for having me on the platform, man.
Oh, no problem, no problem. So for those of people who don't know you, tell them who Chef Tone is.
Um, I'm a father first and foremost. I'm a believer, and I'm just a young man that has a talent and passion for great food, man.
That's what's up. That's
That's
what's
who
up.
I am, bro.
That's who you are in a nutshell.
Pretty much.
And you still have that New York accent. You kind of you back and forth between the two because we grew up together, but you also grew up in New York.
I've always been back and forth. I was born here in North Carolina. I was born in Chapel Hill, for everybody knows. But early in the '80s, my mom relocated to New York. So, um, middle school, high school was done in New York, and of course, I went to Horton with you guys for a couple years. I've always been back and forth throughout the years between North Carolina and New York. So,
Yeah, so you kind of got the best of both worlds when it comes to that.
yeah,
You have a little country, but a little well, it's upstate New York, but it's still New York.
it's still New York.
Still New York, because you ask a New Yorker, they from New York. It
I
don't
mean,
even
I
matter.
claim, I tell people I'm from both.
From both, yeah.
I don't say I'm from New York. I am from New York because that's where I spent majority of my life. But
Right.
I still have Southern roots because that's where I was born.
Yeah, yeah, which we appreciate it because a lot of people try to talk bad about the South, but it seems like you embrace that side of you.
I love it. You know, I did have the best of both worlds. Like a lot of my cousins, when they come down here from New York, they like fish out of water.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, so they don't know how to maneuver and survive in the
Yeah, like
country
I
part.
know how to hunt. I know how to go fishing. You know what I'm saying? This is
Yeah,
stuff I learned like early on, coming back and forth, being out here during the summers
right,
and spring breaks and so forth and so on. So
right.
my Instagram tag before I changed it to my chef name used to be NC Made NY Raised.
Yeah, I remember that. It was that. It was that. Yeah,
That was the basis of
it
it.
was that.
I'm North Carolina made, but I'm New York raised.
Okay, okay.
So I
So
embrace both parts.
so coming up in the South, is that where you found your love for? I'm gonna say cooking for now, but you're a chef. I'm gonna say cooking.
I mean, my introduction to food came here in the South from my grandmother, my grandma Elsie. Like early on, she was the cook for the Chatham County Sheriff's Department in the early '80s, mid '80s. So anybody that came through Chatham County back in those days, that's when the inmates ate real food.
I'm gonna say they ate good back in the day. They used to talk about
Yeah,
the jailhouse food
bro, my
and
grandma
jail.
used to make sweet potato pies, coconut custard pies, collard greens, mac and cheese, smothered turkey wings. I remember all that stuff as a kid. That's what the inmates ate.
And she had you in the kitchen with her.
Yeah, like when I would be down here for the summertime, like when she was still working, like I would be peeling potatoes or snapping pea, whatever.
So what's hold on, let's pause that. What's up with the people making us snap peas as a kid? I remember everybody young had to snap peas one time
Well,
with
it
the
wasn't snapping peas; it was green beans.
oh, that's what it was. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
well, that's what my grandmother had me doing.
I think I want to say I snapped
Everybody
it. I
else.
can't remember. I could be wrong with
But
that. I don't
up in the
remember my
South, that was just something
yeah, that was your job.
that went on.
Yeah,
If you was cooking in the household and they had green beans, that's what you was doing.
that's what you
It
doing.
was somebody's job.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Most time it was just one close to the ground.
Absolutely,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
So what inspired you to want to keep pursuing this as an adult?
I would have to honestly say between my grandmother and my stepfather, man. My stepfather, who my mom married, he's a chef, Culinary Institute graduate, and like I remember when I first met him, it was at an event. My mom took me to an event he was doing, and he had the top hat
Shit,
on.
yeah.
And I thought that was the corniest shit in the excuse my language.
No, you can say it.
I thought that was the corniest shit in the world, bro. But I was a kid, I didn't know. I
Yeah.
didn't know. But as I grew up and saw how people interacted with him and how he was respected as from food, like he was a heavyweight when it came to culinary because he has a well-known name in New York when it comes to food. So
Mm,
being in it, we had a restaurant when I was growing up, as a teenager. So going to work in there on weekends and stuff like that and being around him, that was kind of my inspiration because I saw he was like a machine, bro. I've never seen. I've been around a lot of chefs, but my stepfather, bro, he's a different animal.
Yeah, he's a cool dude too. I met him that time because I came to the restaurant.
Came up to the
I
rest.
came to the restaurant. Yeah,
Unfortunately, I couldn't be there when you came up. I
yeah,
think I was in Chicago doing.
yeah. You was doing. Yeah, you were. Yeah,
Yeah, I was in Chicago that weekend. But I would have to say that would be my inspiration, bro. My stepfather and my grandma else
yeah.
was food.
He was a cool dude. He definitely showed love, and the food was amazing too. Yeah, it was a good. It was good.
Shout out to my stepfather, Chef James Parker, Big Daddy's Home Plate Barbecue.
Yeah, so I love
Family's
barbecue.
establishment.
Yeah,
If you're in the New York tri-state area, definitely stop by. You won't be disappointed.
yeah. So coming up, what I know we all have things in our life that kind of we was talking about keep pushing and persevering. What was one of the things that you had to overcome in your childhood or your adulthood growing up?
Uh, Probably when I was a teenager, man. Like me and you spoke off camera. I found out the man who I grew up knowing as my father was not my father when I was 16. So that that was a lot, bro. It was a lot. That was a lot to deal with as a 16-year-old. So through the years dealing with my stepfather, that's where another thing I want to shed some light on. He stepped into a role that most men would never assume.
Yeah, shy away from yeah.
My mother was a single mother. It was just me at the time, and then my sister came along, and you know, um, that would be what I would say early on was the biggest adversity for me getting over that hump as far as dealing with. I don't want to say mis- not mistaken identity, but like what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, I can't even think of the word right now, but it's like I was living a false
It's
livelihood.
part of your identity.
Yeah, but to find out the family you grew up in and raised you isn't your biological family, and then to know other family members and friends knew, but I understand now because I'm older. That's not
Yeah,
their place to speak on things, but that was a lot for me growing up as
yeah.
a teenager, man. I had to navigate through some things, but through the grace of God and my best friend Lewis, talking with him, building with him about things through the years in therapy, I was able to navigate through it.
That's good. That's good. I know you said when you found out, but you still grew up and still your family still well, the family thought was your biological. They still embraced you though, right?
Yeah, I still deal with both sides.
Yeah.
I still deal with both sides. I still deal with both sides of the family. So
Okay, that's what's
that's a
up.
blessing.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
good. That's the good side of that situation. It could have went the other way, but
They still
Fox
embrace
still
you. Yeah.
embrace me. It's still what up, cuz when they see me, nothing's never changed.
Well, another thing about the South, sometimes we claim people our cousins ain't even our cousins, so that ain't nothing hard to believe.
One thing I've learned growing up, bro, as I've gotten older as a grown man, blood don't necessarily make you family.
I learned that a long time. Well, not that long ago, but yeah. Most of my family are not blood related. The
It's
true
an
family.
unfortunate reality,
Yeah.
but it's so real.
Yeah. Most of my family's not blood related. Yeah.
I didn't understand it when my grandfather told me when I was younger, but growing up as a 45-year-old man now, I definitely understand. And some of my closest family isn't blood related.
So you found out at 16 your father was your biological father. When did you meet your biological father? Did you meet your biological father?
Yeah, we met. Well, we communicated a couple years after through letters because I was still in New York and he was here,
Nah.
and then we finally met face to face Christmas 2001. No, Christmas of 2000. I'm sorry, Christmas of
Christmas
2000.
2000.
Yeah.
How did that
We-
go? If you don't mind speaking on it.
Um, it was kind of surreal, bro, because when I walked in and my aunt had a picture of my grandfather on her mantle, right? And when I walked in and seen the picture, bro, it was like looking at myself in the mirror.
So did you find that piece that you felt was missing? Did they help you find that piece?
I mean, through the years of us getting to know one another and having conversations and learning about my dad and him learning about me. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing that happened overnight, but over time in therapy.
But what I will say is he's been there from the day we came into each other's lives. He's been there from solid since then.
That's what's up.
In
That's
my
what's up.
kids' lives, everything.
That's what's up. So you touched on therapy. I know a lot of times in the black community, therapy is taboo. Um, what made you seek therapy?
Because I wasn't getting the answers from my parents.
Mm, that's a good one right there.
Um, to be real with you, my dad and I just had a conversation about this like 2 years ago, bro.
Hmm.
About what took place between him and my mother, and you know what I'm saying? That's when I finally got the truth.
Gotcha.
But I didn't get that through therapy. I got understanding for myself about the situation that I was dealing with and feelings and emotions and stuff like that that I was going through and dealing with.
Yeah. So like I said, it's real taboo. So you won't. I mean, I'm pretty sure you won't, but I just wanted to touch base. You won't worry about people talking about you because you went to therapy or saying this because growing up, if people say they're going to psychiatrist, the first thing they say is you're crazy. But I
I
don't
mean,
think that because I've seek therapy myself.
it took me, this is 2025. I didn't go to therapy till 2020.
Mm. So for 20, because what from 90 something when you
6.
found out 96 to 2000. I mean 2020.
And another reason I did it is because everything I was dealing with and going through was hindering me from being a better parent to my kids.
That's where I was going next because you became a father.
Yeah, I'm a father of 5. I got
Of
1 son, 4 daughters.
one son, four daughters. That's amazing. That's amazing.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my kids, bro. They're good kids.
Good kids, present father. That's good. I know a lot of times, this generation, from what I've seen, do their best not to create the same, I should say, trauma that some of us got coming up. So I salute you for being the father and being the present in your kids' life. Because I think when I talked to you the other day, you were taking your daughter, dropping off at college, and so that's dope.
I got 1 daughter. She's a freshman over at North Carolina Central. My oldest daughter, Skylar.
Okay,
She's 18, majoring in criminal justice.
okay,
And then I have a 17-year-old, my daughter Kylie. She's graduating this spring and waiting to get accepted from A&T, but with the grade she has, I'm confident she's gonna get in.
okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. None of them following your steps to be a chef yet. Not yet.
Nah, I don't think that's none of their paths, bro.
Yeah, that's
And I'm
good.
cool with that.
Yeah, yeah. As long as they
I'm a,
find it's something they
I
want to do.
used
Yeah,
to when they was younger, I did want that. One of my children to follow in my footsteps, but I know God has a path for them of their own, and it may not necessarily be following behind me.
yeah, yeah. He gave you the gifts so you can let them find their own gifts and keep going. Speaking of that, so I know me and touch base also on you trying to spread awareness of food and wellness. You want to touch on that?
Um, I mean, I do that amongst my people anyway, my family, my friends, coworkers, etc. Um, just more so like today, for instance. I don't know if you paid attention. I did a live this morning. I was preparing food for this week.
Yeah, I saw some of it. Yeah.
Um, I went to the butcher. I actually did it purposely because I wanted to make a comparison. I bought some product from the butcher, and then I went to Walmart and bought the same product. And then I did a comparison to show people how they're putting hormones and antibiotics in our food.
Mm.
And we're so conditioned to going to Walmart and Sam's Club and Harris Teeter and all these different chain places, not recognizing and paying attention to what's really going on.
So you basically put the food side by side to show the
Mm-hmm.
difference and what you got from not Sam's, Walmart and the butcher. Of course,
Versus the
the
local
butcher
butcher.
was.
Versus the local butcher.
Of
Yeah,
course, the local butcher was.
was significantly smaller
Mm,
compared to what I got from Walmart.
that's crazy.
Yeah, but we're so trained and conditioned from advertising, marketing, media, social media. We're conditioned, bro, that we don't even pay attention to it. How many times you go in the grocery store and read what's on the back of what you purchasing?
I've been doing it more for the past 3 months than I have my whole life.
Growing up, you heard the term "you are what you eat," right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's so literal, and we don't our community doesn't take it seriously. We're conditioned. We're conditioned to go by the McDonald's, the Chick-fil-A, the Wingstop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what we've been conditioned to do. Hardly how many people you know that still get in the kitchen and cook?
I mean, I know a few, not many, not like it was.
Not like it was,
Not like it
right?
was, but yeah, I know a few, but not nowhere near like it was.
Not like it
Cause
was.
going out to eat was a special treat back in the day. It was something
Yeah,
that you didn't
my
do a
mom
lot.
when I was growing up, we ate out once a week, bro. It wasn't like I do DoorDash sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, the amount of money that we spend on food is insane, bro. It's
Yeah.
crazy. When you could spend that same money invest in cooking at home, which is more safe, more healthy, and it's gonna be better for your body.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It's not like it was. Cause I know, like you said, my grandma, she cooked every day. Well, my mom cooked almost every day when
My
she got
grandma
pregnant.
Thelma kept a table full of food every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
But it's not like that anymore.
No.
Now it's we'll order DoorDash, or what Uber Eats, or what Grubhub.
Yeah.
It's
Or
simpler. It's
stick
more
through drive
convenient
through.
to
Yeah.
do that,
Yeah.
and that's what we become conditioned to do, and that's why we got high blood pressure, obesity, and so forth and so on in our community, because we don't take health and food seriously.
So what's one of the things you want to, more things you want to spread awareness on as far as when it comes to,
I just want my people to be aware, man. Pay attention when you going in these places and spending money. Pay attention what you consuming and putting in your body. You know, like when I first went to culinary school, man, I remember my instructor first telling me, he was like, when you go in the grocery stores, just stay on the outside. Don't go up and down the aisles.
what's the stay on the outside? What do you mean?
That's your dairy, your meat, your produce, your vegetables. Up and down the aisles, that ain't nothing but processed bullshit, bro.
I never.
Think about it. Think about that for a second.
Yeah, yeah, you got me on that. Yeah,
Think about it. It ain't nothing but processed stuff up and down the aisle. Everything you need is right on the outside. Your fruits, your vegetable, your dairy, your meat. That's it. Your milk, your cheeses, your eggs, all that stuff is on the outside.
taught me something new today because I never thought about that.
I know most people don't. That's what I'm here for.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Wow. So, what do you what do you have come that you can speak on coming in the future?
I'm in workings to try to start producing and putting out some content. I got a high school friend of mine who started his own multimedia company, and he reached out to me a couple weeks ago. Wants to do some business together, so we're gonna see if we can make that work. It's time for me to invest in myself, bro.
That's
I
what's up.
spent a lot of time and a lot of energy wasting my craft to make a lot of other people money.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah. Trust me. Yeah, I know.
it's time to bet on me for a minute and see what happens.
Yeah, my wife. Well, you know, my wife has all bets on me. That's the name of a group for academy. All bets on me. So
But
you,
shout out to you and your wife, though, man.
yeah,
I want to say, bro, I'm happy and proud of you because we grew up together. I've known you since I was a kid. You know what I mean? And to see you doing this, kudos to you. And shout out to your wife as well for having me on the podcast.
yeah. I
Yeah, man.
appreciate it, man. No problem. That's it's we call it local heroes because we need to support each other locally to get the word out that what you're trying to do. This is like what we trying to get out what we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And we need to support one another instead of I ain't gonna talk junk about nobody else instead of going out here getting a bunch of people we don't know. And I know you and I see you on a regular basis. Your phone number's in my phone before this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when I was in New York, I hit you up.
Oh, you came to my crib?
Yeah, I came to your house, yeah, when I was in New
Yeah,
York, you know what I'm saying?
right.
And when I went to your family's restaurant, but we have
Mhm.
to support one another. And we don't get a lot of that. Um, I'm not gonna speak on that because it's kind of a touchy subject for me. Because a lot of people won't even share your posts. A lot of people don't like, which I don't care because that's not what I do it for. But it does make a difference sometimes with people you know.
But you should care though, bro. You
Well, if
know,
I cared, I wouldn't do it.
but you should. End of the day, like you put your blood, sweat, and tears, your time, effort, and energy into this. You know what I'm
Oh no,
saying?
I'm not saying I don't care about it. I just don't care about the certain people not what you call supporting in their way.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you can't worry about them no.
That's what I'm saying. That's why, yeah, I care about it because I do it for a reason. So, but I can't necessarily let that stop me because I would lose motivation if I say, oh, well, why you don't share my I don't even ask people that. I don't even ask people I don't even share why you don't like it, you know what I'm saying?
But that was one of my biggest delays in the, like, diving fully into the food, man, you know, because I was worried about if people was gonna like it and the feedback.
Yeah.
But honestly, when I went and did the Pokemon Fest out in Chicago and fed 350 people for 21 days, that's when I knew I could really do this. That's when I
First of
really
all, that's
started taking it
dope.
serious.
That's dope right there. So you did a Pokemon Fest in Chicago,
Mhm.
350 people for 21 days.
21 days. I fed all the staff and the crew for the Pokemon Festival for 21 days. Me, uh, I took 2 other people with me from New York, my boy Wes and my homegirl Andrea. I
Mhm.
took them with me, and then they gave me a staff of like 5 or 6 people when I got out to Chicago. It was in downtown in Grant Park.
That's dope. And that experience what solidified you saying, "Imma do this. Imma pursue this."
Yeah, because the menu that the client gave me, it had stuff that I had honestly never dealt with, like bulgur wheat, farro salad, stuff I wasn't familiar. See what I'm saying? I said the same thing when they sent me the menu.
I was gonna ask you, but I was gonna wait to see if was anything else I need.
They're grains. It's
Uh,
like quinoa. It's something
yeah, I
like
know
that.
quinoa is,
Similar to
but
that. But like when they sent me the menu, I was very unfamiliar. I had never made any of that stuff, so
mhm.
I was kind of skeptical about doing it because it wasn't in my wheelhouse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My comfort zone. But luckily, I looked up some recipes, and thank God for the power of YouTube and the internet, bro. Because
YouTube University.
I looked up some recipes and how to prepare it, and made it happen.
That's dope. That's dope.
Met
Yeah.
met some met some met some great people from all across the country.
Mhm.
I had no idea that Pokemon was so big, bro.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I met people from all across the world those 3 weeks I was there.
Yeah. We don't do it, but, like, people I work with on the road and
Nah,
different
Pokemon's big, bro.
they be I've seen people go spend $400-$500 on cards, and they're like, "This is a
I'm
deal."
still in contact with a dude I met from there today. He's from Japan. We
Yeah.
still follow each other on social media and keep in contact.
But see, that's what I was getting to a while ago when I said people that you know not liking it, but you will meet the right people that will support you. You know what I'm saying?
Some of my biggest supporters are people I've never met
Exactly.
that I met like
Through that.
through
But they
through
genuinely
parties
yeah.
and events you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
That
how
that's
it be
who
though.
yeah, exactly.
Unfortunate, but that's how it
I
is.
mean, it is what it is. They'll jump on the bandwagon. They might be when it's too late, but yeah, they'll jump on sooner or later. They'll catch
I just tell them I see you at the top.
that part. Yeah. But yeah, that Pokemon, that stuff is crazy.
Yeah, so like I said, when I went out there and did that, bro, that's like took me up I mean, I was already doing that at the restaurant with my family
Yeah.
and working under my stepfather, but like going out there on my own and running a crew, that's when I knew like, cause these people didn't know me from a hole in the wall and they gave me nothing but praises and sent me home with a $2,500 tip on top of what they already paid me.
That's dope. That's
I
dope.
mean, I
That
broke that up with my staff that
yeah.
came out there with, but for them to show me love like that,
Yeah. But that's what gave you that like, yeah, I'm gonna
and
pursue this
a
on
couple
my own.
months later, I did the Harry Potter Festival in Indianapolis. And then I was supposed to go do some other stuff. I was supposed to do Art Basel, but then right after that, COVID hit and shut everything down.
Yeah. So you travel doing this quite a bit.
Yeah, it was taking off, bro. And then
Yeah.
COVID hit and shut everything down.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So I had to revamp. I worked for the
Pivot.
school system in New York for a couple years, and then I relocated here.
So what made you relocate to North Carolina?
Um, I wanted to be closer to my daughters, and honestly, my ex and I had split, and I wasn't really I didn't want to be in New York no more, bro. Be honest with you. I felt like it was time for me to spread my wings and go out on my own because I was still under my family's restaurant and that umbrella. So I decided to come here and make my own brand.
Make your own name, Chef Tom,
Mm-hmm.
the
Chef
brand.
Tone, Soul to Soul Catering.
Okay, that's what's up.
I've been here 3 years now. I hit the ground running, as you can see.
That's what's up. You stay busy. I see you on social media. You stay busy.
That's the
You
goal.
stay booked.
To
Yeah.
stay booked and busy. I got kids, bro. I got kids. I got child support. It's real.
It don't
I'm
stop.
just keeping it in the buck with you, bro.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I got 5. I got 4. My son, he's 22. So I ain't really got to do much for him no more. He don't.
But he's still your kid, so
He
you have
still,
to.
but he work. He
Yeah.
make his own. He don't really ask me for much. So
Well, that's good. That's
I'm
what's up.
grateful for that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But the mother four, yeah, I'm every day. It's a daddy. Can you send me this? It's a Cash App or Venmo or it's something, bro.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I have to stay booked and busy, bro.
So I know you're booked already, but I know you're doing Thanksgiving meals. So what's gonna be on the menu you got coming for Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, I'm doing some herb roasted chicken. I'm doing teriyaki. I try to not do a traditional Thanksgiving menu
Yeah.
because everybody else is already making that anyway.
Yeah.
I try to do something a little bit different. So I'm doing a herb roasted chicken, teriyaki glazed salmon, uh, Guinness braised beef ribs, cornbread souffle, mac and cheese, greens, the typical size, but I try to
Yeah.
do some different entrees.
That herb chicken sounds good, and the
Doing
salmon definitely.
sweet potato cobbler,
Mhm.
doing peach cobbler, and I'm doing a peach brandy cobbler.
Peach brandy cobbler, like with brandy?
Yeah, I take the what's the name of the? I'm trying to think of the name of it, man. I can't think of the name of the liquor right now. It's on the tip of my tongue. Can't think of it. It's a brandy though. I can't think of the name. But I
Okay.
take that and cut that
Mix.
skull off and then mix it with the peaches. Yeah, that's how it's a peach
Okay.
brandy. It's a peach brandy peach cobbler.
Okay. Okay.
Something a little different.
Definitely different. Yeah. Well, I've learned quite a bit with this one. And you cook for us tonight. What you bringing with you tonight?
Tonight I did a coffee rub smoked pulled chicken. I did some cornbread souffle. I did a 3 cheese mac and cheese and some collard greens with smoked turkey.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, Chef Tom, before we let you go, is there anything you want to lead them with?
What I want to leave here with, just to my people, man, take what you eating and consuming in your bodies more seriously. You know what I'm saying? When you go into these stores, read the labels, pay attention to what you're consuming in your body because health is wealth, and what you eat has a lot to do with your health, man. And I wanna see about y'all, not read about y'all, man.
Mm, that's a bar right there.
So, and
Say that again.
I want to see about you, not read about you.
That's a bar right there.
You
Yeah.
know, the last 4 or 5 years from COVID, bro, I probably buried probably close to 20 friends, and
Yeah. Yeah. We've all, or,
the
yeah.
last 5 years has been crazy.
Yeah. It really has. A lot of people, like the old folks say, going away from here at
And
a young
while we
age.
on this podcast for a second, man, I want to dedicate tonight to my cousin, to Kessa. Anybody who knows her, keep her in your prayers, man. I ain't trying to get emotional, but my family's dealing with a lot, so just keep us in your prayers. That's your classmate as well, you know what I mean? So, and this is why it's important, like you spoke on earlier, to stay on top of your health, because it's important, man.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Go to the doctor, get checkups. You know what I'm saying? Stay on top of your health.
Yeah.
But understand as well, before I get off this podcast, I wanna elaborate on this as well. Understand that when you go to these doctors, everything man-made ain't for you.
Yeah.
We take what these doctors tell us with these medicines and these man-made prescriptions and pills which have more side effects than what we actually sick for. When the power is in plants and vegetables, herbs, spices, that's your real healing. It don't come from Pfizer or Johnson and Johnson or Merck. It don't come from that, bro. It's a reason I like our parents, our grandparents and stuff. If you could remember back on 902, my great grandparents, they had a garden on the yard. They had a
Yeah.
garden, they had chickens, they had hogs, they had everything on the yard. I think the only thing that came by the house was the milkman.
Yeah. Me too. My
Had
grandma. Yeah.
everything on the
Everything you needed. Yep.
But now we so conditioned to going to the grocery stores or door dashing or McDonald's or Chick-fil-A. It's gotten away from us sitting down and having real meals. And even when we do that now, everybody's doing this when they sit down.
Yeah. Scrolling on my phone.
You can't even have a conversation for everybody on their phone at the table.
Yeah.
So, that's what I would say before I get off here. Take your health more seriously and what you consuming and putting in your bodies. And try to I'm not gonna say because everybody can't afford to eat healthy, but you can make smarter decisions.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they say you're gonna pay for it one way or another.
Yeah, eventually,
Yeah,
yeah.
they say eventually you pay for it one way or another because you say you can't afford to eat healthy, but a lot of it just to be quite honest, us being lazy,
Yeah, lazy, and like I said, we've been conditioned.
condition and convenience. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I said what I said. Like anybody, when you go and buy meats for your family or for a party or event, go to your local butcher. Stop going to these grocery stores because them labels can be altered. They can be changed. You don't know what you're buying. You don't know how long it's been there. Butcher gets fresh product every day.
Like I said, that's definitely something I never thought about. And I
I mean,
appreciate
I
you.
just speak from. I deal with food every day, bro. From cooking at home, cooking at work, from parties. I don't have a day off from food. So when I speak from experience and the knowledge I've gained over the years being in the food industry.
Mm,
And plus, a lot of these restaurants and establishments that y'all go to and spend your money are very nasty. If y'all could get,
that ain't
y'all,
funny, but yeah,
I'm just being for real, bro. If trust me, I have a friend who's a health inspector out here in Wake County. Some of I ain't gonna say which, but a lot of these popular restaurants that and go spend money in, their kitchens are very nasty. And we go and spend money and eat from these establishments.
mm. Yeah, you gonna mess it up. Yeah.
I mean, I ain't trying to mess it up.
Nah. It's
Just
facts
to
though.
make
True.
you aware and be more knowledgeable.
Yeah, the truth hurts. The truth hurts. We do have people in the audience, and my wife brought some of my attention earlier. Is there any questions from the audience that anybody got a chef tone? Yes. Basically, can you elaborate on what it felt like when you that false identity when you found out your dad was your dad and what it looked like? False
It was
reality.
a lot of different emotions, bro. I was angry. I was I was disappointed. I was hurt. Um,
Made you have trust issues.
yeah, I mean, then yes, I felt bamboozled. I mean, in that moment when I was going through that, like I didn't really know how to look at a lot of people because a lot of people knew what was
New.
going on and didn't say nothing. But when you're 16, you don't really understand. But
Yeah.
now at 45, I understand that was my mother's and father's place to have that conversation with you, not my aunt or my uncle or
Yeah.
my cousin.
Somebody
You know what
else.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though they knew what was going on, that's not their place.
Yeah.
So, um, and my grandmother got me through a lot of that too, man.
Mm.
Talking with my grandmother and her speaking to me about the Lord and having faith and, you know, just because it looks one way don't mean it may look one way in the beginning, but that don't gotta be your outcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? How the story starts out in the beginning is
Don't mean that's
pretty
how it's gotta
beautiful in the
finish.
end.
Yeah.
My story started out messed up, but it turned out to be beautiful,
And it's still going.
you know?
Yeah.
I got a father that I met, came into my life, embraced me and my children, and has been there every day since. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then on the flip side, I still got family on the other side that's not biological, but still embraces me as their family and treat me like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for that
Yeah.
because
Made up
like
your
I said,
village.
it could have been the other way.
Yeah.
And for some, it is the other way.
Yeah. Everybody don't have that same story like you have.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Like I could have really got down and out in them times. I mean, I did. I indulged in some things and started running with a crowd that I shouldn't have been running with. But thankfully, I'm able to be here still talk about it. You know, I made mistakes. I ain't perfect. I
Yeah.
did things I shouldn't have.
But luckily you ain't get them football numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got some friends that are doing football numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Yeah. And football numbers, so y'all don't know, that's a lot of time. Whole lot of prison time. Anybody else?
To answer your question, dear, um, I would say learning how to pray. I did learn how to have a relationship with God during that time. I went to church throughout the years. I was raised in the church, but I never really knew God until I was going through what I was going through and dealing with. And hearing that voice and not really knowing what it was, and then gaining understanding and being able to listen to that voice and to be able to guide me to not be so angry, not be not have so many trust issues with people, and to let that guard down. And therapy. So anybody that's going through something and you feel like you can't go talk to someone, or you feel like you're gonna be judged or looked at a certain way, don't feel that way, man. Because if you keep holding that in, it'll eat you alive and it'll consume you to where it'll affect your everyday functions in life. So that's what I would say to anybody. Stay prayed up and go talk to somebody. If prayer don't help, go get therapy.
Yeah, a combination of both don't never help. I mean, I'm sorry, a combination of both don't never hurt.
But in our community, for black men, it's, oh man, you a punk if you go to therapy, man. That's whack.
I mean, you right, but we to the point now. I'ma say it. We grown ass men, so we really shouldn't care what they say. Whatever you need is what you need to do.
You're
You
right,
gotta
but
do what you feel for you.
unfortunately, as men, bro, we still kind of care about what our homies think. You know
They
what I'm
gonna
saying?
talk bad on you. They your
Right,
homies.
but you can't front, Travis. Your homies you don't grow up with for years. They could say, and you still make feel some type of way, bro.
To a certain extent.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but if I need it, I need it.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And if you don't understand it, then we're not as close as I thought we were.
True indeed.
Cause I got some ones that I still run with to this day, but I got a lot I don't talk to no more. And there's no beef. It ain't nothing against us. It's just I don't run with. They may judge me for that.
I learned I learned growing up I had a lot of associates, but not a
That
lot of
part.
friends.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know a
I know
lot of
exactly what you're
people.
saying.
I know a lot of people,
Yes,
but I'm friends with enough to count on both hands.
exactly. Circle got smaller and smaller. The older you got.
Nah, the circle was always small. I'm just saying, I still run with well, we in separate states and life done took us on different paths, but I still talk to the same dudes I hung out with in high school.
Yeah.
So
Well,
the circle, I mean, I've met people along the way,
yeah,
but as far as who I confide in and who I talk to and kick it with, it's still the same homies from high school.
yeah, yeah. I guess it's still the same. My core is still the same. My core circle is
Yeah,
still the
that's
same.
okay. That's a better
Yeah,
description.
my core circle, but that's been my core for since '95. So, you know, it's still the same. But I've got people that added. Some went away, some added, but it's still more so like you said, associates. But I got some I don't even speak with no more. No, and no beef. If we see each other, we speak, but I don't really go out of my way to.
I got homies who we go couple months, maybe a year or two without speaking, and when
Yeah.
we do finally speak or see each other, it's like we ain't missed a beat.
Oh yeah, facts. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, if we ain't had no beef, the last time I saw you, that's how it's gonna be the next time I see you. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I am. So
I try not to hold grudges or entertain beef, but I'm a Virgo, man.
I ain't say all that. I hold on. Sometimes I go on to a grudge or a quarter.
I mean,
Depends on what you
I'm to
did
the
to me.
point now. If you willing to burn that bridge, buddy, go ahead.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You did
yeah.
me a favor.
Facts, facts. Anybody got anything? Comments? Well, Chef Tone, man, look, we appreciate you coming and chopping it up with us. Well, for one, I appreciate you persevering and pushing through with the news of fam. Because that's why this made this a little bit more heavy for both of us. Because you told me as you walked in the door, so it's been on my mind for that time too. So I want to give a shout out to Kessa and her family. Definitely keep you in our prayers, and everybody who's going through something. I won't go and say names, but since you said You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Everybody going through
I'll
something.
sugarcoat or
Oh yeah, yeah,
words, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
All of Pittsburgh, Chatham County is that's dealing with stuff. I say a prayer for y'all. That's hometown. Um,
Check up
also,
on your peoples, man.
yeah,
If you got someone you love, you deal with, is going through stuff, a phone call, a text message, you know what I'm saying? You don't know, man.
yeah. You don't want the next time you send me at a funeral.
It's trying times we living in. Folks is dying daily.
Yeah. What can they reach you at?
Uh, my Instagram, Chef Antonio Lynn. I'm on Facebook, Chef Tone, or my catering company, Soul to Soul Catering. I'm on a personal chef website, takeachef.com/Chef Tone. You can book me for personal private events. I was gonna get a website, but it's a free platform, bro. So
Okay.
why
Why
they
spend
said
money on the website?
spend
Yeah,
money? You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Say that overhead. Yeah.
If you're looking to book me, or you can always call me, email. I'm not hard to find.
Yeah. Yeah. So we appreciate you come chopping it up with us, man. And we definitely gonna take a picture of the food and make sure it's on this on being, showed on the video for this. And hopefully it's gonna be the last time you come chop it up with us. You know.
No, it won't be the last.
Yeah. So and we'll definitely see each other more and more out in the streets. But I appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely, my bro. Thank you.
Okay, baby. Welcome back to the stage. You kind of got a break tonight. You cheated.
I didn't cheat. That
Yes,
was
you did.
technical difficulties. That's not my fault.
You cheated. That's all right. I
But
get you.
but I was still in the building,
Oh yeah,
and
sure.
I enjoyed the interview. I enjoyed the episode. It was great conversation, and I was just right there.
Yeah. Is there anything that you want to take away from what he said since you were up here?
No, I don't have anything to add, but I do want to say thank you again, Chef Tone, for coming by and chopping it up with the Walfords, and continued prayers to you and your family, and just thank you. Because the call that you got could have caused you to say, you know what, I can't do it, it's too much. But you pressed your way and came through anyway. And so we definitely thank you for that. And baby, I'm going to say this to you again. I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of you for pushing through. This was a vision, right? And a lot of times we expect for other people to be able to see the vision that God gives us. And so it looks like lack of support when they can't see it. But I want you to always remember that they're not supposed to see it. He gave you the vision. So your job is to just continue, do it exactly the way that He laid it out for you. And that's what you've been doing with this talk show. And so I always want you to know that I'm going to keep encouraging you. I'm going to keep holding you accountable.
Definitely do that. That you do.
But I also want to tell you publicly that I'm proud of you. So proud of you for going ahead with something that you wanted to do, a vision that God gave you over a year ago. And now look where we are. You're recording episode 5 of your live talk show.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. Yeah. Like I said, the day was kind of heavy. The energy is different, but we still have to keep pushing and keep making it happen. Um, and it may not always look like you want it to look, but you still gotta do what you gotta do to make it happen. One thing I want to take away what he said was, and I always bring him in the building is God. When he said the power of prayer, he learned how to pray, he learned how to listen to that voice. You have to learn to listen to that voice inside of you in your head. Because most time that's the Holy Spirit telling you and guiding you in the right direction that you need to go. So that's what I really took from that, and especially the part about the food and the staying down the aisles on that got me. I've never really thought about it.
Yeah, a different perspective.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never really thought about that. So it was one of the things, but that was what I took from that. And the second thing is I thank you because through the day you pushed on. You've had stuff going on today. We got stuff that we have to do tomorrow that you have to get up early in the morning to do the setup for tomorrow. Oh, well, it ain't like it's a secret. But we have tomorrow we will be feeding the less fortunate. Um, we went out, we bought stuff, and me and my wife. Well, my wife is gonna get up in the morning. We're gonna cook. She gonna season the food, and we're gonna take it out to the less fortunate. Not for the holidays, just because we want to, and it's a Wednesday. We don't want to do it just because it's Thanksgiving. We try to do it when I'm home and I have time, so we do it every year. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow. But I thank you for coming out because this, I'm being in bed about this time, so it's a sacrifice for you, and I appreciate you, and I
Right.
thank you.
That's
And
okay.
I
You're
want you to
welcome.
continue to be an amazing, beautiful woman that God has called you to be.
Thank you, baby.
And one person I forgot to give a shout out to earlier, and I thought about it after I said, but I started, is How I Major behind the camera.
Yes.
This guy, man, we've been rocking together. Well, we've been rocking each other for about 5, 6 years now, doing projects here and there. But I appreciate the quality and the production that him and his crew give. So I thank you and I salute you for that again, bro. And keep pushing. And you got 4 more episodes. You're gonna be up here. I ain't forgot. I have not forgot. I will hold you accountable. And I thank everybody in the audience for coming. I appreciate y'all for pushing out. I know it's a Tuesday. I know people like, why you doing on Tuesday? People ain't gonna come if I had on a Saturday. They want to be here, they'll be here. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. I hope this ain't the last time that y'all come chop it up with the Woffers. And thank y'all. Once again, like, share, comment, subscribe. Y'all bees. Peace. Let's